Hey guys, check it out. 1 degree away from 79 degrees. How? I don't want to ask this, I don't want to put you on the spot, but it's been a while since we've even seen the 70s, right?
Likely in early June. So it's probably been about 2 months because we had such a cool, if y'all remember, the start to the June. It was a really cool start to this summer.
Can't forget that.
Yeah, no, it actually felt really good. We had lower dew points too. So this is kind of going to be the coolest and probably driest stretch that we've had since then because for 70s only over the next 2 days likely in many spots. Now, the bad news is it comes with better chances for rain. But for those that maybe your grass is looking a little bit brown, could be some good news. What I do want you to keep in mind is this will come with a chance for some flooding. So we're going to talk about that, of course, coming up here in just a few seconds. But just please kind of be weather aware over the next, I would say, 24 to 48 hours, especially for that potential for flooding. Now, we do have rain already starting to pop up in a few spots in the mountains and foothills. You can see here up toward Lenore and parts of Caldwell County here. We do have a little bit of rain there on the northeastern side toward Kings Creek, as well as closer to the mountain areas, kind of right on the edge there, the border between Watauga and Caldwell counties. It's not a lot of widespread rain, but some of these pockets of rain are packing a punch. Not so much for Iredell County here just north of Statesville, where 77 and I-40 intersect. Just a few light showers, but this means that you may encounter some slick spots on the roads tomorrow morning. Again, it's not a lot of widespread rainfall activity, but this is just a sign of what's to come as we enter the next 2 days. So this storm system right now that's down to our south and west is going to eventually start to lift northeast. As it does so, increasing our humidity levels and eventually bringing in the clouds and the rain. Now, this is going to be a relatively consistent rainfall, especially as we get closer to the end of Thursday and into Friday. I mean, look at this wallop of moisture as we go over the next few days. Now, again, you can clearly see from this that we're not going to see green for the entirety of tomorrow, for the entirety of Friday, but we are going to see a lot of off and on rainfall. And where the heaviest rain bands do set up, some of that rain is really going to allow for an isolated risk there for most of the region for flooding, but also a slightly elevated risk as we get closer to a few certain areas. And probably no surprise because we talk about it so much, but the mountains and foothills are included in this. Now, a few reasons why. One, some of these areas, especially last weekend, saw some really quick pockets of heavy rain that even already led to some flooding. That means the ground is saturated. Two, higher elevations. That sometimes increases that risk for landslides, mudslides. And three, just the fact that we're already going to see a lot of rain, and where we see likely the heaviest rain is going to be in that general area to the mountains and especially the western side of the Carolinas. Now, down south, further to the south and east, we have a lesser risk of some localized flooding, and we're pretty much at a low risk for everyone else. Now, here's a map. I put this together earlier. I'm really not going to nudge it much over the next day or two. I mean, of course, we'll update the numbers tomorrow, but I think the general idea is, one, these are peak rainfall totals. This doesn't mean everybody's going to see them, but in this general area of red, probably your peak total right around 5 inches. Now, I mean, that could mean one part of the county sees it, but I do think some areas could be at that risk. 2 to 4 for most of the Piedmont. Again, that is the highest total we could see. Doesn't mean everyone's going to see it, and much lesser for those areas southeast of the Queen City. So this is a lot of rain, low to moderate risk of flooding, especially Thursday late and into Friday morning. So please keep this in mind over the next, again, 2 days. Lots of cloud cover means temperatures will struggle to get out of the upper 70s for most of the region. If you're not a fan of this weather, it's going to be napping weather, stay inside weather. We do eventually see more sunshine return entering the weekend, and look at that, the 90s are back by Sunday.